Becky Lynch is about to go through a massive change that will completely change the way that WWE fans look at her. WWE SummerSlam is a major, major event for WWE. It's a two-night event, and one of those matches on the card is Becky Lynch defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria, a match, a feud, if you will, that has literally been months in the making. Now, we've seen these two work on a handful of occasions through Monday Night Raw and PLEs, and this feud is something in which really gets to the core of the Becky Lynch character. Before I get into the change, you have to set the groundwork. I fully believe, and I would love to ask Becky Lynch this question one day, and hopefully someone will ask her in an interview before then, but I think Becky Lynch returned to WWE to get Lyra Valkyria over. And if you look at the way that Becky Lynch has been booked, and you look at the way that they have handled her and Lyra, I fully believe that. She went on a hiatus after losing the Women's World Championship to Liv Morgan last year. She filmed some Hollywood projects, returned to WWE. Now, her return to WWE earlier this year, it kept getting delayed to the point where they did that weird angle where Bayley was laid out in a backstage segment and Becky Lynch took her spot at WrestleMania, teaming up with Lyra Valkyria and winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, Becky undergone a ton of criticism as a result, and that led to her heel run, right? Then she started working with Lyra. She actually beat Lyra for the women's IC title, and since then they've continued this feud and incorporating Bayley. Now, in a lot of ways, people expect WWE SummerSlam to be the conclusion of their feud. The reason that I bring up the history is because I want to give context to the character arc that we have seen Becky Lynch undergo over the last, 4 or 5 months, where she's come back as a babyface everyone loves. Then the fans literally turn on her and she's forced to go into a heel run, which she's absolutely crushed. She's doing some of the best character work of her entire career. Now, the art of pro wrestling is the consistent transformation and transitioning and pivoting and trying to find what works and what doesn't. Becky Lynch is slated to undergo yet another change. This change I am not necessarily the biggest fan of, I'll be honest. So Fightful Select is reporting that the man, Becky Lynch, will be debuting a new entrance theme song imminently and has provided some details on the song itself. The Wonder Years band put together a new theme for Lynch a few months ago, with it being in the works for her to have it to debut on WWE programming. It will have lyrics and a "The Man Comes Around" inserted into the intro. Now, WWE's usual theme song producer, Def Rebel, has received a ton of criticism over the last few years, so this is a welcome change to many fans because, well, Def Rebel theme songs just suck. Okay. Now, WWE, they've been very aware of the criticism regarding Def Rebel, but yet they just continue to use them. And the reason that fans don't like Def Rebel is because all of the WWE theme songs, they sound generic and they sound all the same, right? Like when you think of entrance music, you, or at least the goal, in my opinion, should be as soon as the fans hear it, it clicks, it resonates with them, and they know exactly who that music is for, right? Therefore, you get the big pop, and then you get another pop once they come out. A lot of WWE themes these days don't do that, right? And Becky Lynch's theme, I feel like doesn't need to be changed. I could be in the minority here. I don't see why you would want to change it. I actually like it. I think it gets the message across. I think it gets Becky Lynch over. I think fans have come to know and love it, and they resonate with it, and they have a connection to it, right? Like, it's just one of those things. I always looked at Edge as a guy to be very interested in Triple H, where WWE, they would play around with their theme songs a little bit, right? Like with Edge and the Judgment Day, they had to Alter Bridge's songs, right? Now, Alter Bridge also makes the Rated R Superstar theme song. That song resonates with Edge fans, okay? The traditional Rated R Superstar theme song, which does. With Triple H, he had The Game by Motorhead, one of the best entrance theme songs of all time. Then they come out with The King of Kings, right? Bow down to the king. I was never a fan of that song. I just wasn't. But he would play it during the Authority era. Oh, y'all remember the Authority time? That was horrific. So I think while it's good to change things up and try to keep characters and gimmicks fresh, I also think like John Cena shouldn't have a new theme song, or CM Punk shouldn't have a new theme song, or Randy Orton shouldn't have a new theme song. If it works and it's iconic and people like it and love it and they have a connection with it and they know who you are just by hearing the theme, why would you change that? Right? Like there's various ways that you can change things. Doing something like that, yeah, probably not one of it. All right. So if I'm WWE, I am really, I'm being very cautious with this, right? Because I could see it being a situation where maybe WWE, they just want to do it for this one, right? Like, okay, Becky, she's probably going to lose the title to Lyra. They could have it be, a situation where, all right, we're gonna play this music for the rest of her heel run, and then we'll close it out. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not huge on that idea, but I guess it would be better than just going full time with it. So I don't know exactly what WWE is going to do with it. I am very curious to see what they do with it, though. Right? It's one of those where I I don't want to jump the ship. I don't want to jump overboard and just freak out and be like, oh my God, this is awful. Because we don't know what it's going to sound like. It could be an absolute banger. And the fact that Def Rebel is not producing it, I feel a lot better about it. Like I'm willing to be like, okay, let's have an open mind. Because if it was a Def Rebel, I would just roll my eyes. Okay. And I'm not saying bring back Jim Johnston. Okay, Demand's like in the 70s or whatever. He hasn't even been making music, trying to relate to younger folks. But they got to get someone else in there, right? Like, no one likes Def Rebel. No one likes Def Rebel. So we'll see how it all plays out. But yes, WWE, they are changing up Becky Lynch's theme song for presentation, undergoing a major change, and we'll see how it plays out. Just time will tell, and we'll go from there. But I think Becky Lynch's run in WWE thus far in 2025 has been a banger.